Hi, I'm Martin from AMS Performance, and today we're going to talk about our Alpha Twin Turbo V10 packages and how we incorporate things with the MoTeC ECU and some of the features we add. So first thing we'll talk about is the map switching. So in these cars, we actually adjust three things: power levels, or more specifically torque levels. We offer different types of launch control strategies or settings, and also traction control. So to switch those, you do it through the cruise control switch. You hold down the set button, and when the background is on RPM, red line is on 2, you're in power. So when you go on 2, you can move the stock up and down. It goes through all the modes, 0 being valet mode, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 being the different power level modes. Valet mode really restricts the car. It has, I think, like 200 foot-pounds of torque and 4,000 RPM red line, so it's not going anywhere fast. If you pull the stock back, it goes to launch control settings. If you pull back again, it goes to traction control. And if you keep pulling back, it cycles through power, launch, traction control. So again, 2 is power, 3 is launch control strategy, and that is basically 1 through 6. And what that does is it sets the aggressiveness of the launch. It doesn't mean you're gonna blow the tires off. It just basically fine tunes how the car launches, and that's going to depend on the tire you're on, the surface you're on, and track conditions. So again, we kind of give a 3 is kind of the starting point, and depending on if you're getting a lot of tire spin or not, you can go up or down from there. So it really allows the end user a lot of adjustability. You have to be calling the tuner constantly, and hey, I need a little more aggressive launch, I can get better 60 foot. It's up to the user then to kind of do it on their own, go up and down, which gives you a lot of choices and a lot of freedom. Moving on, the last setting is traction control, and that is again from 1 to 6, and that's most aggressive traction control, so it basically allows the least amount of wheel spin, all the way to 6, which allows the most amount of wheel spin. And again, you dial that in based on the conditions, track surface, and the tires that you're on. But again, it gives you a lot of adjustability to dial the car in how you want. Going back to the power mode settings, and our fuel system, really, given this is a flex fuel system, your map 1 through 6 might be 700 through 900 horsepower if you're on pure 93 octane. And what happens in the background as you add ethanol, the percentage goes up of ethanol, that power range gets wider. So if you're at, say, example, around E50, 50% ethanol, that might be 800 horsepower to 1100 horsepower, and as you get up to closer to E80 or anything above, then you have full power available, and that, again, that range from the lowest setting to the highest might be 900 to 12 or 1300 horsepower, and that's all done in the background. You have to worry about that. You have to know what percentage of ethanol you have. You have to worry if it's, what map you're on. It's never going to harm the engine, and it just basically dial in the power that you want based on the ethanol content that you have. And how do you know how much ethanol content that you have? Well, here's a cool little feature. On the R8s, you push the exhaust note button, and the tech needle now becomes an ethanol percentage gauge. So in this case, we're at 76% ethanol. So if you're adding ethanol and you're curious how much you want ethanol you have, you just push the button. It takes usually, when you fill up ethanol, a few minutes to kind of stabilize, but you push the button and it'll tell you how much ethanol you have in the gas. And the way we tune these things is pretty much anytime you're over 75% ethanol, you have the full power capability that's allowed in this car on our packages. So that's kind of a quick rundown of how the system works. Again, gives you lots of choices, a lot of settings. It's worry-free pump gas to ethanol, and it does it all in the background, and you can have fun, enjoy the car.